Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Advanced Bass Fishing, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to check out today's episode. And guys, today we're going to be talking about the Megabass Magdraft again, but I'm going to be talking about fall techniques, about how to fish it in the fall time of the year. Every single month, the Magdraft, as far as how you fish it and the areas that you fish it in, change. Fall's a really good time to fish it, so I'm going to give you guys some of my favorite approaches to fishing it during the fall time in today's video. And also guys, I will link my Magdraft link and my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video if you guys would like to pick some up. A lot of different good colors there. The guys, they got all different sizes, 5, 6, 8, and 10 inch models. So they got about everything you need. So I'll put that link in the description there. And also guys, real quick, anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, just go to my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, and I'll shoot you the details if you just shoot me a private message there. Really appreciate that. Okay guys, this is arguably the best swim bait on the market. All the pros use it. This thing's been around for several years now, the Megabass Magdraft, if you're not familiar with it. Swim bait here, large paddle tail on it. Thing that makes it unique, aside from the attention to detail, is that when you move it to the water, the column, the head wobbles like that, along with this big wagging action of the tail. So it's super, super appealing to bass. And then the hook system is really cool here. You have an internal magnet inside of the swim bait here that keeps the hook attached to here. Little slots, you put one in there and it tucks in right against the belly, so the hook is very inobvious to the fish, and it hooks them really, really good. I mean, I don't have any problems most of the time hooking the fish on this. So that's the characteristic of the bait here. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the fall, what makes it a little bit different from other times of the year. There's 2 times a year that the Magdraft works the best. One time is in the springtime of the year during the pre-spawn, the spawn, and the post-spawn. That's a really, really good time to fish it. Probably it's the best time of year to fish it. Then there's another window this time of year. Really like from mid-September into early November is a really good time to fish the Magdraft. The fish sort of get in that same type of mode. And they set up in a little bit different positions, you know, versus the pre-spawn. In the pre-spawn, those fish they're a little bit deeper. So a lot of times you're slow rolling that Magdraft like off of deep points, or you're slow rolling it deeper off of channel banks, or slow rolling it over the top of grass beds. In the pre-spawn, I like to get the bait down anywhere between say 4 to 10 foot deep. You know, that's just the difference in it. In the fall time of the year, the Magdraft is the best when you keep it high in the water column, like almost at the surface. This is the big difference between how you fish a Magdraft in the spring and how you fish it in the fall time of the year. In the fall time of the year, bass are really notorious for wanting to come up on a bait, and the swim bait is no different. So the way that I fish it this time of year, then I'm gonna talk about the technique as far as the areas here in a little bit, is I wanna fish the Magdraft where it's just a foot, no more than 2 feet under the surface, maybe even less, maybe even, you know, that far into the surface if you can get it. So you're wanting to keep it where this thing is above the fish where they come up on it. That's just the way that they like to do it. And the way that you want to do that is when you throw the Magdraft out there, throw it out there, keep your rod tip high, keep your rod tip like at 11 o'clock position, and start reeling it just fast enough to keep the tail turning. That's one of the big keys on the Magdraft, guys, is you don't want to reel it too fast because it'll roll to its side if you reel it too fast. So it's important to keep the rod tip high so you can still reel slow and you can keep that bait shallow. So I'll throw it out there. I'll keep my rod tip as high as I need to. Sometimes it's even 12 o'clock. Sometimes it's just straight up. I don't want much line in the water, and I'm throwing it out there, and I want the bait in sight. I want to be able to see the bait. Maybe if it's a little bit windy, you'll lose sight of it occasionally. If it goes out of sight, I want to bring it up to where I can see it. And as the bait gets closer to you, sometimes you got to drop the rod tip, you know, to keep it from blowing out of the water. But the main thing that you're wanting to try to accomplish is try to keep the Magdraft about a foot or less under the surface of the water, and just dictate your rod angle and dictate your speed to retrieve in order to keep it like that. That is critical. That is like, you know, the most important thing that you have to remember. In the fall time of the year, if those bass get too good of a look at that, they're just not going to bite it. It's the characteristics of a bass. So, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, bass, the mood and the personalities of the fish, and that's just one of them that's unique to fall bass fishing. Okay, how you want to fish it, where you want to fish it. My number one place to fish a Magdraft in the fall time of the year with this technique is on some type of a steep channel bank or a bluff bank that's got some shade and maybe a little bit of wind on it. That's a perfect scenario. So if I could lay out like a perfect scenario for a Magdraft in the fall time, I would say it was going to be October. The water temperature is going to be, around 70 degrees, give or take a few degrees either side of it. You've got a day where it's early in the morning or something like that, where you have shade coming off of that bank, or it's a cloudy day where there's a low light condition. Shade offers low light, even if it's sunny out, and a little bit of a breeze to break the surface up. And just make that cast parallel to those bluff banks and try to keep that bait in the strike zone of anywhere between 3 to 10 feet based upon the water clarity. Now, the water clarity, you really need, in my opinion, you need at least 3 foot of visibility. If you got less than 3 foot of visibility, you might be able to catch one once in a while, but the best visibility is going to be 3 foot or greater in clarity. So if you gave me the ideal, say, what's the perfect situation? The perfect situation is give me a channel bank or a bluff bank, give me water visibility of 4 to 5 foot in clarity, give me a cloudy day with a little bit of breeze on it, and water temperatures around 70 degrees in that zone there. Set it perfect for Magdraft into those situations. Now, another way you can catch them that time of year is doing the same thing around some type of floating boat dock. If you got floating boat docks, especially a little bit cleaner water, you can do the same thing. Throw that Magdraft next to those docks, keep your rod tip high, keep that bait just a foot, maybe 2 feet under the water just to get it underneath the star foam where those fish will come up on it. And then finally, another way you can catch them on it is on points. If you have a little bit of breeze and you have like a cloudy day, especially if it's rainy, with clear water, like water visibility over 4 feet, you can actually do that same thing. Keep that Magdraft just a foot or so under the surface, fan cast all around that point, anywhere between, say, 3 to 15 foot of water. And a lot of times those fish will come out of even 10 foot of water to hit it. But again, guys, the difference is keep that bait close to the surface. That's going to make all the difference in the world in catching them and not catching them. I'm not saying you can't catch one dropping it down, but you're going to catch a lot more if you keep it high in the water column. It's sort of the same with a glide bait. Glide bait's the same type of a deal. But anyway, guys, it's starting to work real good right now. The size on it, I use the 5, 6, and the 8-inch most of the time. I don't use the 10-inch very much. And it depends on the situation. It's like if you have a lake that gets a lot of heavy fishing pressure, or if it's really clear, try the 5-inch model. Average situation, just average lake, average clarity, the 6-inch model. And if you're on a lake that is sort of known for big fish, then try the 8-inch model. If you have a lot of bass that like are over 4 pounds in the lake you fish, like all you guys that fish in Texas and California and Florida, 8-inch model is probably going to be your best bet. So anyway, guys, and another thing with that is on the line size is critical too. On the little 5-inch size, throw it on 12 to 15 pound test, in Seaguar Vizex fluorocarbon. The 6-inch model, I throw it on 15 pound test in Vizex all the time. And on the 8-inch model, I'll use 20 to 25 pound test in Vizex on it. So that's just ones I found that works the best. So hope it helps you guys catch a few guys, and we'll check in later.